Let us all welcome the Chairperson and Administrator of Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority, Attorney Wilma Tonko Eisma.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Maraming pong salamat. Thank you. Thank you. Ipagpapaumanhin ko po na I will not be able to greet everybody. I want to, but it will take us forever. President Piano did the job for me, so maraming salamat for that. Before I even forget, I would like to thank the people who made this SOFA presentation, those who had sleepless nights, who also didn't sleep last night, so that we could finish this. That's Ronnie, Ferdy, Ning, Dong. I have 2 mics, and I don't want to forget them. Marami pong salamat. And of course, my very, very dear George, Ichlibidich, danke. Of course, I would also like to thank everybody who's here, but most importantly, I would like to thank the Freeport Chamber of Commerce for staging this event, for being always a strong supporter of all things right in Subic and a strong critic of all things wrong. Marami pong salamat for that. I also want to thank our investors, locators, and all our business community, employees of our locators. Marami pong salamat for your unwavering trust and support. I also want to thank the residents. The residents, vocal and strong. You always keep us on our toes. Thank you. I also want to thank members of the media for continuing to be independent, fair. I can't ask for anything more. To my fellow workers in government, to the men and women of the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority, the hardest working group of people I know, you are my heroes. Of course, I would like to thank my members of my board. I could not ask for a better team of people, strong, independent, smart. Marami pong salamat sa lahat ng tulong, and I would very much want to steer Subic only with these people. To my loved ones who are here, to my family, I cannot find the more staunchest critic and, of course, the staunchest supporter. Mom, to my dad who's looking at me in heaven all the time, you made me fearless. You made me strong. You made me what I am today. I love you very much. And of course, I cannot finish without, or I cannot start, without thanking Senator Richard J. Gordon for believing in me, for teaching me the value of hard work ethic, and most importantly, malasakit. All of us here sandali lang. Together, we form a community called the Subic Bay Freeport. All of us here is a cog in a machine. And missing one part, everything goes down. We are stronger when we work together. We are better. I believe it then, and I believe it now. Today, I will talk about 2018 in hindsight. And then, of course, we have to talk about our challenges. What are our issues, and what do we have to face in the future? I'd like to be able to also talk about what do we expect for 2019, and I would like to be able to talk about good faith. How do we need to trust each other so that the community can work? Last year, I told you, our journey has just begun. We are still in this voyage, and we have a long way to go. I need everybody on deck so we can make all these happen for all of us. This is our 10-point agenda. This is how we keep focus so we know what needs to be done. I just want to be able to show you that you can know how we did with all our SOFA promises from last year. I just wanted to point out, despite all the many complaints that we get, we are one of the most efficient government agencies in the Philippines, to the point that we were one of the first 5 who became compliant and received the Philippine performance-based bonus provided for by government. Clark didn't even make it until the very last time of the year. Look, this is a very good number because it will show you our contributions to the national treasury. We are 20.7% up in 2019 at 25.3 billion. Our import and export value remains to be strong. We, in Subic, is an engine of growth. Our remittance to the LGUs and national government is sky high this year. You can imagine how happy Mayor Inton is. Our SBMA financial position remains strong. Look, you'll probably look at this as the total debt a little bit, tiny bit low, not because there's something wrong, but because of the volatile foreign exchange rate in 2018, we paid the same amount in peso, but that kind of hit us hard because our loans are Japanese yen and dollar denominated. So pretty much, we did well. Our committed investments. Look, this is a very, very happy slide for me because it shows that we have 30 billion committed investments for 2018. This is a 7-year high, 1,006% increase in the last 12 years, in 2017. Said investment includes a commitment to build a 5-star hotel, several ports, industrial parks, warehouses, the Plow Flying School, and an expansion of the golf course and a retirement community. However, if you ask me, the more telling sign or the more telling number is the expansion projects. It means you, who are already present here in Subic, remains to be committed and trusts that things will happen, that for 2018, a total of 25 billion was committed in expansion projects. Another important coup for 2018 is that SBMA negotiated a contract for the Redondo Peninsula wherein our locator will relocate all settlers, even those beyond the lease agreement or even beyond the leased area that he has committed. This will mean that the area will be free, clear, and available for future investors. We were also able to leverage the advantages of Subic in various negotiations for lease rates above the appraised rate. This is a strategy unheard of in previous administrations. Look, our mandate is to generate jobs. With the investment process in 2018, we will generate 5,400 individual employment, a 54% increase over 2017 figures, and place total investment, total employment in 2018 at a little close to 136,000. Of course, we are a tourism haven after all. Our visitor tourist arrivals continue to grow. We continue to be a favorite sports destination. In fact, in 2018, we hosted the first ever full Ironman triathlon. And we hosted the US Ranch Tie Obstacle Spartan OCR, which I even joined. Tama na. Of course, we cannot forget our cruise ship arrivals. In 2016, we have 0. In 2017, we have 1. In 2018, we have 19 ships. We also welcome the Thank you. We also welcome the behemoth of a vessel, Royal Caribbean Line's MS Ovation of the Seas, which have 8,000 passengers. So big that we had to declare Subic a no-flying zone on that date. Also in 2018, we worked hard to get the Executive Order number 72 passed. It means that any tourists who come to Subic does not need to get a separate visa. They come in here in a 40-day visa-free arrival precisely to become a catalyst for tourists' growth here in Subic. Our container port operations handled 212,000 TEUs in 2018. This is up by 33% in 2017. Our port revenue shows a positive revenue of 1.23 billion. Our top 3 importers, of course, Hanjin. Sanyo Denki is here, over at the back. Maraming salamat for your continued support. Just yesterday, I inaugurated the research and development of facility of Sanyo Denki, and they sent Filipino engineers for 2 years to Japan, just so they can make a stronger and better team here in Subic. Policy and good governance. This is a tricky all the time. Of course, in 2018, we continued to implement our strengthened policy on collection of rentals and other unpaid dues. We commenced audit of locators to ensure compliance with development commitment and payments. This is continuing, so if you have problems, please talk to us. We can make this work together. We were also lauded by the Commission on Audit for significant improvement and compliance on our audit reports. Also in 2018, we imposed a moratorium on truck trading entrance, expansion, and a moratorium on online gaming. Security and safety is important anywhere, not just in Subic. The slaying of Dominic Sitin hit Subic hard. It was a well-planned, well-funded assassination. A crime of opportunity, because it is only in Subic where Dom's movements are predictable, even publicized. If you ask me, Dom's death is a loss, not just to Subic, but to mankind, because he is a good man. Can I ask everyone for a moment of silence to honor the life of Dominic? The PNP leads the investigation on Dominic's assassination with the help of strategically located CCTV cameras, which SBMA installed all over major locations in 2018. The PNP was able to narrow down the suspects in Dominic's slaying. In fact, just this morning before I came here, I was able to get a text message again from the PNP, again, trying to ask for a look-see of all those CCTV cameras and CCTV footages. There are 2 more controversial murders that happened in Subic last year. One is a US Navy retiree who had the misfortune of inviting 2 young ladies to his home, which turned out to have murderous intent. That lady, at least one of them, has, through the help of our law enforcement department, has been found, confessed, apprehended, and is now in jail. We are now looking for the second one. Of course, there's another one, sadly, a household help in Benictican. Right now, again, with the help of our law enforcement department, the Philippine National Police was able to narrow down the suspect, which, by the way, as of this time, remains at large. Allow me to take a breath a little. When I came back in 2017 as administrator, the first question in my mind was, how come it seems like there has not been any repairs on the roads in Subic? Only to find out that we actually don't have any assistance from the national government. Unlike the LGUs, like Mayor Inton, who will get an ERA, who will get an SBMA share, but SBMA doesn't get any of that. We have to rely on our internal funds. And after paying all our salaries, power, water, and everything that's basic for us to run this place, there's hardly enough money to maintain our roads. Thus, I had to harness whatever talent I have in lawmaking and lobbying, and sought the assistance of Senator Richard Gordon to get funding included in the national budget. For 2017, we were able to secure $500 million to get our airport going again. And in 2018, we secured funding for $530 million for road rehabilitation. The whole of 2018, my team, headed by Marco Estabillo, worked so hard to make sure that all government procedures are followed so we can implement all these build, build, build programs by 2019. 2018 is also the year we embarked on various projects on sustainability, community engagements, and we worked with the Land Bank for assistance to MSMEs. We also embarked on various environmental projects. We thank you for your help because I know a lot of you, if not all of you, were there. Thank you. Of course, again, I've already said 2018 is a banner year for LGU dividend sharing. 2018 is also the year we pounded the halls of the LGU to convince them about the expansion and how they can nominate their land so that we can harness more land for SBMA. By Q2, I was already worried that I was not getting any traction, so I had to go to option B. And option B is to amend the law. And this is something that we're currently working hard on, and I would like to be able to talk about this further a little bit. While we continue to make Subic better, we have to make sure that the investor experience is also better. This year, we appointed a young and dynamic SDA for business with international business experience whose personal instructions from the board is to make life easy for stakeholders. We hope to revitalize our Business and Investment Center with young blood, whose orientation is to render service. We already extended the life of the CRTEs to 3 years. The one-stop shop is continued to be open. We try to fix your problem as fast as you can. I'm sure everybody knows how to get in touch with me here. I'm in Viber, WeChat, WhatsApp, Facebook, you name it, I have it. Come and get me, baby. The bottom line is, I sign everything every day. I will never leave my office, no matter what time, until all those paperwork are signed. So please, don't believe anybody who tells you that your paperwork has been on the table since last Friday and it's already Wednesday and have not signed it. So that never happens on my watch. While we are strict in implementing rules and regulations, we are not beyond sitting down with you so we can work on a faster, mutually agreeable solutions to your problems. A voyage will not be complete without stormy weather. 2018 sent me typhoons, literally and figuratively. Everything was thrown at me for the simple reason that I'm doing my job. I will not elaborate on this because I'm sure everyone knows what I mean. Through all that, with the support of my board, and the many people who believes in what we are doing, we came up unscathed, albeit with bruises that will go away on the way. Bottom line, we are vindicated. The courts denied petitions for restraining orders. The ombudsman have yet to decide on the merits of the cases filed. The Philippine Anti-Corruption Commission even denied the petition that was filed against one of my board. Some cases filed by the locators themselves has been withdrawn and even dismissed. And lastly, some, if not most of them, have finally come to the table to talk, to pay, to settle. If you ask me, the most difficult time in 2018 is also the time that made me most proud. This was when Tropical Storm Josie arrived after weeks and weeks of nonstop rain. In the thick of worrying on how to help and send help to nearby communities, Subic itself was struck with deadly landslides, floods, and utter chaos. Can you imagine how I feel on those days? getting reports from all over, reports of desperation, helplessness. I needed to be strong, to think on my feet, to plan, to respond, to come up with 20,000 sandbags alone. Or so I thought. It was on those days that we were defined. We buried our differences and came forward and gave ourselves. Strangers, literally, walking up to offer help. My people, whose houses are still flooded, came anyway to the convention center to man the evacuation. Our rescue teams, our fire departments, our maintenance, my team, Marlo, who just went on and on, your public servants, they all worked tirelessly with disregard for personal safety. And of course, I will never forget the many people who came forward. You know what? The same people who attacked me on FB were the same people who sent awesome hot dog sandwiches, pizza, adobo, manga, pretty much everything else to feed the volunteers during the sandbagging operations. This defined our humanity. You know who you are. I know who you are. Marami pong salamat. I think that deserves an applause. Not for me, but for all of you who came forward and make things happen. Before I start on talking of what we have for 2019 and the future, I would like to talk about our challenges. Well, Mr. Piano has eloquently discussed the Trabajo Bill. It's stuck in the Senate right now. We actually have 9 session days to go. And I'm trying to work hard not to make it happen. In the meantime, I continue to work with the Basis Conversion Development Authority and the CDC leadership to come up with a united front. Our united position is that rules should not be changed in the middle of the game. Any sunset provision should only apply to new players. We are also currently working hard with several lawmakers to support us on this. And as Mr. Piano said, we have to all work together on this. This is another issue and a challenge. The reality is, Subic Freeport has no more land to lease out. Look at this. This is what the bases the Americans left. All these are either undevelopable or have leaseholds that are in place. This is Redondo and San Antonio. I have quite a little occupation right now, but there's hardly anywhere. I'm always envious of Clark because Clark is surrounded by flat lands, empty that they can actually expand just like what they did for New Clark City. We actually do have a lot of interest from investors here and abroad to make it happen, but we actually don't have a lot of land to offer. Thus, SBMA has to start thinking out of the box to find more ways so we can get more land without encroaching heavily forested areas. We have to use the latest engineering technology to make this happen. Clear the shrubs that has grown due to 26 years of neglect. We have to find empty spaces. We have to rezone our lands. We have to work to get institutional reforms for mechanisms to expand our authority over areas outside the traditional bases. Allow me to talk about this a little bit later. 26 years ago, when I started out as a volunteer, it was our hope that ships will come. Now, we have port congestion. We don't have enough port facilities. Our U.S. Navy e-reports have yet to see any repairs. I'd like to speak about port congestion because it's a hot topic, but just last night, we had finally the discussions that my team have been working on with SBIT has finally concluded. There's now an emergency space for empty containers, so that's being started right now. So that will ease up the traffic a little bit. A new stacker was also delivered and is now being installed. In fact, it's already installed. It started working last night, right? And 3 more are arriving this week. We are also now actively wooing investors for additional ports, right, Willie? We also need to start planning for additional container terminals, preferably to be operated by a different port operator to provide competition. We are, in fact, negotiating with a foreign port operator right now and hope to get conclusions before the end of 2019. We also have not given up on the repairs of our piers and wharves. We were not able to get the necessary funding, but I'm still going to work so hard to make that happen. That's why, at this point, I would like to emphasize, being election year, it is very important for us to elect lawmakers who can help us secure all the necessary support that we need. We can't finish this without talking about Hanjin. The closure of Hanjin is a big blow to Subic because of the loss of recently the 3,000 jobs. But do you know, at the height of Hanjin's peak, it actually employed 33,000 people. The bank creditors have now formed a consortium and is now a trustee of the shipyard. Negotiation with 3 white knights has commenced, and in fact, just as I was here this morning, another interested white knight called me, and now, this is just an addition, a 4th white knight has appeared. While I cannot tell you who they are and what they are, the only thing I can tell you is that they are not from China. Meanwhile, we continue to help displaced workers to find their jobs. I'm sure you've heard about the Jobs Fair, which attracted 22,000 jobs and 8,000 applicants. We have close to 200 hired on the spot. Several thousands more are being processed as we speak. As I mentioned earlier, our lack of funds to fix our roads and our floods is a major issue. This is a challenge that we will face together. Security and safety will always be a priority for SBMA. This is in our very mandate. We need to work on strengthening our borders. I know there's a lot of discussion over the perimeter fence, but believe me, my mandate is to protect Subic, and I will do anything to make that happen. We need to provide training for law enforcement department. We need to secure more weapons and vehicles. And of course, we need to provide more training for our outsourced security personnel for building and housing security. Environment protection is important to us. It includes waste management that we need to fix as soon as possible. Marco, again, is working very hard on this. We are now currently talking to several entities in what is the most effective way to manage our waste, including segregation at source, and we hope to get this finally settled and started in 2019. Time and again, I have been reminded that this is the worst time to be a public official because of social media. In a way, it is true. But to me, social media is just the tool. For some reason, because of social media, humanity disappeared. Suddenly, cruel is in. Suddenly, becoming a bully is fashionable. Whatever happened to communication? Whatever happened to talking? Look, I do not cringe from criticism. I welcome it. But does criticism really have to be vicious? Do they really have to be hurtful? Does any of that accomplish anything other than making someone else feel little, inadequate? Whatever happened to kindness? If you ask me, this is a challenge not just to me or to SBMA, but to all of us. Because when all else fail, it is only our humanity that we will have left. It is for all of us to prove what kind of humans we are. Those were the challenges that we faced for 2019 and beyond. Now, again, I'll take another breath just so I can start talking about 2019. Our journey continues. Let me talk quickly about the global and Philippine economy. Global economic forecast has decreased by 0.2%, due to high-level economic risks, which includes Brexit and the US-China trade war. If you ask me, though, I wouldn't be afraid, because Brexit and the US-China trade war is an opportunity. In fact, a strength for all of us. Because the Philippines is still the second biggest growth forecast in Asia, and we have to prepare Subic. Aware that I am chair only until 2022, I need to get maximum help for Subic beyond my term. The reality is, we need leadership support to institute policy reforms. We need to secure funds to make sure that our overall health is strong. Thus, we need to amend RA 7227. RA 7227 is our enabling law, 26 years old. A lot of things have happened since Senator Gordon thought about what Subic Freeport should be. Past leadership have tried and failed to amend this law, but this is the farthest we have gone in history. We have been able to pass it in the lower house, and now, on the period of interpellation in the Senate. Again, as I said, we have 9 more session days to go before our timeline is reset. I am confident that with the help of Senator Richard Gordon, we can get this passed. As early as now, I am sure you saw me when Senatorial Bongo was here. I am already talking to him about how we can have this law signed before a new session, before a new Senate or Congress comes in. The said amendment prepares Subic for the future. Its key features is the expansion of our jurisdiction beyond the traditional borders left by the Americans. It means that the incentive offered to all the locators will be available to any businessman who would locate outside the traditional U.S. borders. We will have to do this by phases. In the past, this bill got stuck in the lower house because of the issues of LGU shares and real estate taxes. I thank our lawmakers from the 1st District of Bataan and Zambales, Jeff Conghun and Geraldine Roman, to finally coming up with a win-win solution so that we can proceed. In preparation for Subic and beyond, we also propose as an amendment of the law so that SBMA will actually receive 2% share instead of the 0 that we have right now. With this, SBMA will have a guaranteed amount of $400 million annually so that it can spend on its basic needs like infrastructure. A fund that SBMA will have in case a new SBMA leadership will not get the support as I have. I am preparing you for your future. Remember that $530 million? This is it. We are now going to start concreting all our major roads. This is happening as we speak. We will also build our perimeter fence, just like I told you. Phase 1 of which is 7 kilometers long, 2 meters high, 6 inches thick, made of high masonry strength blocks, high strength masonry blocks. Again, my mandate is to protect Subic. That's all I'm going to do as long as I'm here. We will also start working on the Magsaysay Bridge by Q4. I would like to apologize to everybody for the inconvenience of the traffic, dust, and everything else that goes with construction. I thank you for your patience. Yes, Subic will co-host the 30th Southeast Asian Games. We will host 17 events That will include water sports, the modern pentathlon, and indoor games. Our venues includes the Remy Field, the Subic Gym, a tennis center, and the Subic Bay Exhibition and Convention Center. These facilities will be refurbished by the DPWH to the tune of 170 million. We're still looking for more money to get this done right. And we ask your indulgence that we have to close these properties to give way to the repairs. I would also want to call for volunteers. When that happens, this is going to be an exciting time for all of us. Your kids would, I'm sure, would have a grand time if they do volunteer as marshals and whatnot during the Southeast Asian Games. They can talk to Jem Kamba when that happens. Well, as you know, cruise ship tourism is my baby. I'm hoping that when I leave Subic in 2022, we would have cemented Subic as the next Asia's cruise ship playground. To date, we have confirmed 21 cruise ships arrivals for 2019. We are negotiating for more. This translates to at least $4 million for the Subic economy. And another exciting thing as we speak, I'm actually leading, cajoling, and insisting that the Philippines actually require only a landing permit instead of a visa. I would like us to be able to copy Vietnam, Korea, and Japan. In fact, on Friday, I'm already leading a meeting with the Department of Justice, the Department of Tourism, the Bureau of Immigration, the National Intelligence Coordinating Agency, because as soon as we get a landing permit approved, the cruise ships will flock. And you, my businessmen, my locators, we have to be ready. You have to be ready. Kayo po ang aayaw sa hanap buhay pag dumating sila. Palakpak naman dyan. (2019) will be also the year that we should see, remember that 30 billion committed investment? 2019 is the year that we will see them start construction. Again, the 5-star hotel, the industrial park. Philippine Coastal committed 1.5 billion. David, you cannot back out on that anymore. For a new storage tanks at Martin Hill and 100 million in Buton to upgrade road area for truck parking. Global Terminals also confirmed the start of 100 million rehabilitation of Bravo and Riviera Fier. Tita Rose, I'm committing you on that already. Subic Cranes will also do the same for their mixed-use facilities. And Aviation Concepts is already starting its construction for the state-of-the-art hangar to make Subic as their center hub for Gulfstream repairs. Of course, Hanjin. For 2019, it is my hope that the White Knight would have finally been chosen. As I mentioned, all the contenders are strong, rich, and backed by stable governments. Mamaya po, aalis na po ako agad sapagkat I will have to go to Manila to meet the Secretary of Finance precisely because of Hanjin, to work further on the various White Knights that we are talking with. Once we finally get that White Knight, we will get the jobs back and even more. That is what's in store for us in 2019. Now, let us talk beyond 2019. Remember my dreams? The ones from the last year's SOFA? I am not letting go of them. In fact, I even added a bit more. Big, ambitious, audacious dreams. First is to build. To do everything in my power, network, charm, to get funding, not loans, so that we can repair or cement all our major roads, we can widen them, we can build bridges, we can complete the perimeter fence, we can repair our piers and wharves, build a corporate center, build better firehouses, build better law enforcement detachment centers, and even a Subic museum, so that we can honor our naval heritage, our heroes, the volunteers, and the many men and women who toil every day to make Subic happen. Let's not forget, land is an issue. I cannot give up on this dream. We have to build them if we don't have them. I continue to look for that person who has the money to share this vision. Believe me, whoever takes this risk will get their money back 1,000-fold. I have not forgotten the bridge. I know, right? Big, ambitious, audacious. I continue to sell this dream, this idea to make it happen. This bridge will make Redondo Peninsula the next bastion of Subic Bay. With or without the bridge, we will continue to push hard to sell Redondo and make something out of nothing. A hinterland now is the future of Subic Bay. Our dream to develop the mountains of San Antonio is alive. I would like to thank Mayor Antipolo here, who has been very, very supportive, 100%. Is Arvin around? The leadership of San Antonio has nothing but been supportive, and I thank you them so much. We share this dream together. Like, as we speak, an upscale major land developer has already reached out, and I remain very hopeful that these discussions can progress. We dream of a cruise ship terminal in the shores of San Antonio, which will bring economic development. Pagka po nagawa ang landing permit requirement, dadagsain po tayo ng cruise ships. Because they prefer the Philippines, they prefer Subic over anything else. As long as we can get that landing permit done, this will happen. Sa totoo lamang po, nilapitan na po ako ng Carnival Cruise. Kapag ka po may landing permit na akong natapos, they will come and build this port terminal. I would like to ask the help of Governor Garcia to help me lobby for this. Because at the end of the day, those cruise ship tourists actually go to Bataan more than Subic. Northern and Central Luzon is gaining momentum. The congestion in the port, as you already know, is a testament to this. And it is also a testament to how pretty much everyone wanted out of Manila. Thus, we need to consider the expansion of our container terminal, which will be a game changer for our community. We all want a better Subic, greener, cleaner. Let's stop talking about what we want and let's do something about it. After all, our children deserve a better Subic. The development of Subic does not end with infrastructure. We also need to develop our society to catch up with what have lost. While we work on our dreams, we need to focus on the building blocks of a better society. A community who supports integrity. One where you do what you need to do, even when no one is looking. One where right decisions are celebrated, not the popular ones. Where parties are transparent, welcomes collaboration and cooperation. And its stakeholders compliant, pay their rent, pay their kusa, follow laws, follow rules. As I truly believe, at the end of the day, we are better together. Last year, I said, there are two kinds of people in Subic. Those who love me for implementing the rules because I collect rent, I make sure that everybody toes the line. But then, this is also the very reason why people hate me. Because I implement the rules, I'm arrogant. Because I collect the rent, I'm unreasonable. But that's the thing. I am not. We are not. I'm actually big in communication. We can do a lot if we sit together and talk to each other and find the complete story behind every issue. There's really no need for all the noise. It does not really accomplish anything but hurt people. There is no need for cruelty. There's no need for being unkind. There's no need for corruption. All we need is good faith. Good faith in transactions, discussions, negotiations. If you show good faith, then we are already close to a solution. If you show good faith, I know I can trust both of us to protect Subic. That said, it is important that we all work together with integrity, transparency, and compliance. The future of Subic and our community depends in trust and cooperation. I have always believed that not only are we better together, we are stronger together. Before I close, I would like to thank a lot of people. My job is not for the faint-hearted. More important than the smart and the sexy, I need to be strong. I need strength, integrity, character, passion, love. I draw that from a lot of people. First, from the people who hate me. Yes, you. You who wish that I fail. You who think that Subic is better with a different leader. You don't know it, but you make me strong. You inspire me to work hard. Maraming salamat po. And, of course, to the people who love me, to those who support me, to those who tell me I'm doing the right thing, to you, to that person who sent me text messages telling me that he is proud of me. You don't give me strength. You give me courage. The courage to work with integrity and character. The courage to work with passion and love. I love you all very much, and yours is my grateful heart forever.
For years, I could not find the English word for malasakit, only to realize that it was right in front of me in a meaningful quote by Margaret Chase Smith, the first woman to serve in both houses of the United States Congress. May malasakit for public service. Might read this. Public service must be more than doing a job efficiently and honestly. It must be a complete dedication to the people and to the nation, with full recognition that every human being is entitled to courtesy and consideration. That constructive criticism is not only to be expected but sought, that smears are not only to be expected but fought, that honor is to be earned, not bought.
Maraming salamat po.
Ladies and
Hindi
gentlemen,
pa ako ready.
ang ating pong Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority, SBMA Chairman and Administrator, Attorney Wilma T. Eisma. I cannot even begin to tell you how beautiful everything that she had. Well, I will not even begin to. You all witness the unfolding of information, past, present, and of course, the future. Now, may we again invite our SBMA Chairman and Administrator also. We're going to have to give her a little more time, of course, just a minute. Also, would like to invite the President of PCCI, President Lim Hoko, to come up on the stage as well for the awarding of certificates. And Subic Bay Freeport Chamber of Commerce, on behalf of Chairman and Administrator Eisma, will also award a certain amount to the Philippine Red Cross Olongapo chapter. Okay. Now, to award the certificates of appreciation to our Chairman and Administrator, and also to our special guest from the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we're going to have to call on again, of course, President Danny Piano and the directors of the Subic Bay Freeport Chamber of Commerce. Once again, up the stage for this awarding ceremony. So many words, very deep and powerful and positive words that one can come up with from deep inside our own heads, of course, regarding what we've just witnessed. Grabe. I cannot even say na napakaganda na napanood ko because that will be an understatement even. But then again, definitely looking forward for 2020. And mind you, it'll be the silver anniversary of Subic Bay Freeport Chamber of Commerce, right? I hope we're gonna have something far more grandiose, sir, next year. Medyo mas kakaiba, mas bongga, syempre. Looking forward to that by 2020. 25th anniversary, the silver anniversary. Ma'am, one more time, please, together with our Subic Bay Freeport Chamber of Commerce directors, our president, the vice president, of course, Derek, and our BCCI president as well, Amlin Hoko, for the awarding of the certificates. Okay. Also would like to call Ma'am Rose Baldeo, please, to join us up the stage. How about our executive director as well to join us? Okay. And of course, part of this tradition and ceremony, will read their certificate of appreciation. And let's ask, of course, our president, Sir Danny, to read it for us, please.
The Subic Bay Freeport Chamber of Commerce presents this certificate of appreciation to Attorney Wilma Eisma, SBMA Chairperson and Administrator, for delivering an impressive, notable, and discerning talk about SBMA's tireless effort and valuable role in improving the business environment within the Subic Bay Freeport and in recognizing the significant role of the Subic locators in the overall success of the Subic Bay business community in general. Awarded the 6th day of March 2019 in the Subic Bay Freeport. Congratulations, ma'am.
The Subic Bay Freeport Chamber of Commerce present this certificate of appreciation to Maria Alegria S. Lim Hoko, President of Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, for her active participation as a special guest and inducting officer in the induction ceremony of the 2019-2020 SBFCC Board of Directors, and for recognizing Subic Chamber contributions in the overall success in the Subic Bay business community towards another milestone of commitment and dedication. Given this 6th day of March 2019 in the Subic Bay Freeport Zone.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us all give another round of applause for our SBMA Chairman and Administrator, and of course our President of PCCI, our President of the Chamber of Commerce, Subic Bay, and also our Vice and all the Directors for our Subic Bay Freeport Chamber of Commerce. So once again, State of the Freeport Address of 2019. As we look forward for next year's grand presentation, something that is far bigger and better, of course, as we are going to celebrate also the 25th actually, silver anniversary, Subic Bay Freeport Chamber of Commerce. Now, a copy of the Chairman and Administrator's State of the Freeport Address presentation. If you're gonna look for a copy, it will be uploaded in the SBMA's website tomorrow. So sometime tomorrow, you'll be able to read.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The 2019 State of the Freeport Address
Also,
of our dear Chairperson and Administrator of Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority, Attorney Wilma T. Eisma, at katatapos lang po din lamang ng awarding ng Certificates of Appreciation to Attorney Wilma T. Eisma and PCCI President Maria Alegria S. Lim Hoko. Kasama natin dyan kanina si President Danny and Vice President Derek. Also, ang ating iba pang mga SBFCC Directors and SBFCC Chairman Emeritus Rose Valdeo and Executive Director. At syempre, pasalamatan natin ang lahat ng mga naging katuwang ng mga organizers para po maging posible ang SOFA 2019.
just in case you
Okay, thank you very much. The global group of companies, PLDT Subictel for the free Wi-Fi, LED screen, and LED ads for all of the Subic Chamber events and projects.
At syempre, maraming salamat din sa SBFCC members, locators, LGU officials, government agencies, at syempre lahat ng Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority officials and employees.
The Subic Chamber events and projects.
At syempre, ang live video coverage po na ito ng State of the Freeport Address 2019 na ay hatid po sa inyo ng 89.5 FM My Subic Bay Radio.
SBMA officials.
At patuloy pa rin po tayong naka-live streaming through Facebook pages
of the Freeport
ng 89.5 FM My Subic Bay Radio at ang iba pa mga social media platforms. The whole program was hosted by DJ Double B. At syempre maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nanood at syempre nakinig ng speech ng ating attorney Wilma Eisma, SBMA Chairperson and Administrator. Batiin natin isa-isa, DJ MJ, yung mga nandito ngayon sa ating Facebook Live at talaga namang tumutok sa speech ng ating mama, ng ating Chairperson and Administrator.
Ayan, maraming salamat si kay Melvin, what's that, of Nyala.
Nandiyan din si Jock Capili Santos,
Kay Louis Ginto.
MJ Medin at syempre, nandiyan din si Sir Ferdy Marcelo.
At syempre kay Maria Lourdes Ramos Limon.
Yes, maraming salamat din sa mga positive comments ninyo ha. At nandiyan din si Mary Vic Morales at si Emma Castro.
Emma Castro. Kay tama.
Venus
kay
Ding.
Venus Ding Madriaga Opulento. Hello there.
Yes, good afternoon po and happy watching. Kay Maria Lourdes Ramon Limon, sabi niya DJ MJ, proud of you Ma'am Eisma. Umpisa pa lang, I know you can make it. #malasakit. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Maraming salamat.
Oo, nandiyan din si Adrian Petilo Timwat. Sabi rin niya, start pa lang, madami ng accomplishments.
Correct.
Umpisa pa lang yan. At syempre, nandiyan din si Marlon Ramos, si Miss Jopay Capito Magkale, and si Ma'am Monet.
Si Ma'am Monet. Ayan,
Ma'am
from
Monet
USA.
Edeher, from,
Ayan. Hello din kay, Ulysses Edeher.
Ayan. Maraming salamat, Ma'am Monet. At syempre, kudos daw sa 89.5 for a better coverage for this year.
Yes, thank you talaga. Pinaghandaan namin yan, Ma'am
Yes.
Monet.
Maraming salamat. Nandiyan din si Gilmore Laroa.
Hello, Gilmore.
Nish Laksamana, Rachel Thurston at Dialine Johnson Ichaluse, Joanne Mendoza Kaasi,
At kay Christy Gilabo.
Mohammed Omar Gabriel,
Melvin of Nyala, yan kanina.
yes, Josie Chel Noveras,
Olga Briton Famorcan.
yes, at syempre yung mga guests natin yan nanonood from Hong Kong. And also watching live from Paris, Olga Briton Famorcan. At sino pa ba mga nandito? Alright. Mahabol pa mga pa-comments. Si Weng ng buhay mo. Maraming salamat. Meron ka bang final words, DJ MJ?
Wala naman. Ayan, na ilatag na ni Mama ang kanyang mga dapat ilatag sa publiko. Narinig po natin at syempre napakinggan at napanood natin sa Facebook Live. Kaya more to come pa. Tabayanan pa natin na marami pa magagawa.
Yes, hanggang 2022 pa ito.
Correct.
Yes, 2019 pa lang pero napakarami ng accomplishments at sobrang napakatatag sila sa buhay ang Stronger Together.
Yes, at hashtag malasakit.
Talaga.
Ayan.
Alright, hello din kay Adrian Pitilo Timwata. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat po na tumutok sa special coverage po ng 89.5 FM My Subic Bay Radio para po sa 2019 State of the Freeport Address. Tan Reg and Rina Tongko Carion, maraming salamat. This has been the Princess of Prague of 89.5 FM My Subic Bay Radio. My name is Jeps. Magandang hapon po.
At ako naman po si MJ, the Queen Frog of 89.5 FM. Good afternoon.
This has been the 2019 State of the Freeport Address and the inauguration of the new SBFCC officers ngayon pong araw ng Miyerkules, March 6, 2019, dito po sa Sigara Grand Pavilion, Subic Bay, Freeport Zone.
DJ Double B.
In the mix. We are now back to the regular programming, 89.5 FM, My Civic Bay Radio. We are broadcasting 24/7 worldwide. Enjoy the music.